Hey guys, this is Pandas in the Nude. I just want to talk a little about Phantom Dust, and I've played this game since it originally came out, and I've seen some people get, frustrated by it. So I figured it'd be helpful to kind of walk through a game and kind of just talk about what's going on here. So I've got a few games. I'm actually going to be playing the same arsenal on all of them. It's a Bravery Decision arsenal, if you didn't catch that. Now, in this arsenal, what it does is it just erases all of your aura. The bravery decision does. And what I'm doing here is I'm trying to just get it set up as quickly as possible. That's usually your strongest suit with a bravery arsenal. So we're about 30 seconds into the game, and I am set up, good to go, ready to attack. So the skills with this arsenal, they're pretty common: a railgun, Excalibur, and Cluster Bomb. It's also very susceptible to erase, which is why I chose these two last games on here, because I show kind of how to conquer it. If people are using erase when you have a bravery decision deck. And that's actually why I like this game, is there's a lot of skill and thought going into it. It's just not about the skills that you have. So you see there, I timed that jump because I figured he would use an erase skill after I erased, his particle. So I jumped off the edge because I didn't have enough recovery, or I didn't have enough aura to do my reverse, which I do right here. So that's why this game is so enjoyable. It takes a lot of skill with timing and knowing exactly what they're going to do. Now what I'm doing with my bravery deck here is I'm forcing him to come fight me. He doesn't have any attack skill, so I know he's not going to hurt me. Granted, he could erase my skill, but he doesn't have anything to push me with, and that's why I have the shatters. It kind of ties him down to, hey, you gotta come fight me right now. And then when he does, I can just kind of sort him. So that's one way to approach bravery, is just get it set up really quickly and push him. This next game, though, is a little different. Now, I wasn't able to catch the start of this game. It jumped into a middle of one. But what they have done is they have vicious balance tests, and what that does is it resets everyone's aura to the lowest aura in the game. This game is actually really good to watch because it was actually a pretty gnarly game. It was pretty close, because you can notice that Bangerton has 0 aura and Broken has 2. So what are they probably going to do again? They're going to Vicious Balance. Now, Vicious Balance is probably one of the most gnarly things you can do to a Bravery Decision arsenal, because once you Bravery Decision, you don't have any aura. And we are barely just holding on here by a thread. My buddy Silent RM just picked me up and then died himself. So right here, this is where Phantom Dust gets interesting. I'm not picking up my buddy on purpose, because if I pick him up, he's probably just going to die again, and I'm going to die trying to pick him up. So I'm trying to just take it easy and get set up here. And right here, he's shooting lingering flames. I'm like, oh crap, that's going to blow up. Better get off this. So I kind of just step back. So I'm not really in a rush to pick him up, because Bangerton is holding him. And then the other guy, Broken, is going to start pushing me here pretty soon. So notice, they just Vicious Balanced again. What I'm doing here is I'm going through my particles very, very slowly. I'm not rushing. Notice I have my Bravery Decision, but I'm not using it, because if I do use it, I'm kind of dead in the water. Now, I am keeping my Bravery. The reason I kept my Bravery over the other skill is because I may need to get set up really quickly. We're kind of down to the wire here, where my buddy's dead and I have 10 health. See, so I'm just saying, okay, if you're going to stay down there, I'm just going to stay here in the corner. All right, he's starting to push me. I'm kind of tied, so let's fall down here and get my buddy. Yeah, see, I thought I was behind that pole, but he's still hitting me in there. They're hitting me pretty hard here. So this is where Phantom Dust is very, very enjoyable, because, look at this. We're dead in the water here. They're beating us pretty hard. I just picked up my buddy, and then they killed me again, and we are barely holding on. And I mean, they have the worst setup for me. Like, I'm so susceptible to, erase skills having a Bravery Decision arsenal. And that's where a lot of skill and maneuvering comes in. So they're just beating up here on the buddy, silent before he picks me up. And watch this. So they hit him again. He's down to 1 health right by me, so he's going to pick me up, and then he dies. Now notice here, Broken and Bangerton, they only have 704 particles left. So they're kind of getting down to the wire, but I only have 5 health, so it's not really a good move to shatter. I'm dazzling them just to kind of keep them at bay, make sure they're not pushing me too hard because there's 2 of them, 1 of me. I got 5 health, and I'm kind of at the end of my rope here. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I just hit him, and they're both 1 hit away from dying, but then he rebirths right here. So I'm kind of tied up. So I'm not really, obviously I want to get my guy, but I'm more focused on making sure they don't kill me, and maybe I can kill them in the process. So I time this here. Boom. Dead. I'm going to pick up my buddy and go back. So what I find interesting about these 3 games is I'm pretty much playing the same arsenal in all of them, but each game I'm playing it different with how what their arsenals are and their play style. And that's where people kind of get frustrated with Phantom Dust, is they just try and jump in and play, and they don't really understand what they're doing. I mean, there's probably 100-hour learning curve on this game, maybe 50 to 100 hours, before you can really jump in and understand what's going on. Now, this is a very interesting game because I have 18 aura in my arsenal, but then I only got 3 at the start, so I kind of got aura screwed. So here's my approach to this. I'm just going to rush this guy with a Psycho Knife. I specifically put my Psycho Knife in my Bravery deck so I can, fight if I have low aura, or if they erase, I've got something that's just low cost that I can use. And my thought is, okay, well, he doesn't have anything. I'm just going to push him and, kind of get him down. So I've got him down halfway, and then my buddy's like, hey, the other guy's coming. Okay, all right. Don't see, then he just rebirthed, hit him again. So his guy's coming, like, all right, I can hit him. Notice he's also got a Psycho Knife. That's where you've got to learn the skills of, okay, how do you dodge a Psycho Knife? Because he doesn't even know really how to dodge it. I mean, he may, but he's kind of going about it in a bad way. Now, also, it's interesting to consider here, since I'm bugging both of them, what are they doing? They're staying off my buddy. He's still kind of getting set up on his arsenal. And this is, to me, what's fascinating is I'm literally only using 1 skill that does 2 damage. My whole arsenal is built around bravery, but they wouldn't even know. But that's how I play, is I go through my skills slowly, because if I'm just burning through my arsenal and I bravery too soon, then I'm kind of dead in the water. But a lot of it, though, just depends on chance, is just kind of what skills you get and how you play them. You kind of have to be adaptable and flexible with what you've got, presented to you. So he's here just trying to hit me with a Psycho Knife. So I'm just thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to go to the left, the best way to dodge a Psycho Knife, and hit him. Now, right there, I try to get 1 more hit in because they vicious balanced. They did a poor vicious balance because unless they're going to go down to 0 aura, it doesn't really do much, especially in this situation, because they only lowered me to 2. I've already got 2 auras, so it didn't stop me at all. And ironically, my buddy here has a level berserk for me, so... And I mean, if you look at my aura, my arsenal, I still have 23 skills. I have barely touched my arsenal at all. So I've got a lot to play with. If they keep, vicious balancing or just erasing, it's not really a major concern here. And that's where it can get frustrating for new people, is the way that I'm winning this game is just using Psycho Knife. If they understood how to dodge Psycho Knife, how to defend against it, they would have been fine, or even, erase it. Like a glacial wall or a racer cyclone, I mean, you name any defense that you want, that's how you could beat it. So this was just kind of a breakdown of a few games. I thought I would just include, this shot was kind of cool, where 2 guys just hit themselves and I dodged both of them. But yeah, if you guys want to let me know, if you want to see me play an Arsenal, have any questions, let me know, and I'll post another episode. Thanks, guys.